Hey and welcome to another The First Descendant video. Today we're going through the newest update 1.0.5 and this patch got a lot of great stuff. I won't go through it all. You can check out the patch details in the description below, and I'll also go through these patch notes live on stream later today. Like and subscribe and keep watching until the end, because at the end I will talk about drop rate improvement plans. And let's get straight to it, huh? Ultimate Valby is finally added, and I'll show it on screen right now. It looks, yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna say it again, Valby. And we got two new modules, which is exclusive for Ultimate Valby. Spiral Tidal Wave. The bouncy bubble bullet has been replaced by a projectile that flies in a straight line. Spiral Tidal Wave is stackable and can be fired 3 times in a row and attracts impurities during the Gluttony Intercept battle. Hydro Pressure Bomb. Instead of plop plop, she leaps forward and deals damage to enemies around the landing area. The more enemies in the laundry state, the more powerful the damage. So yeah, we got 2 huge changes to how Valby operates. And then how do you get Ultimate Valby? Well, they made some changes to the amorphous material. Amorphous material patterns 011, 044, 115, 030, 055, 113, 023, 052, 073, 087, 110, and 125 can no longer be acquired. You can continue to use the amorphous materials you already have as before. All these amorphous patterns are replaced by something they call AA variants, AA variants, and you can now acquire the Enhanced Cell Blueprint, Stabilizer Blueprint, Spiral Catalyst Blueprint, and Code of Ultimate Valby from these AA variants. Ultimate Valby's Blueprint and Code materials will replace one of the items available from the original Amorphous. The amorphous materials of the AA variant can be acquired and used in the same place as the original. We don't get new locations to get Ultimate Valby, and how this all will work in-game, well, we'll see. And then, of course, we have a new Descendant, Luna. She was in the story, in the main campaign, and now we can finally control her. And she has these music abilities, and as you can see in the gameplay, it looks interesting for sure, colorful. And here is her 4 skills and the passive skill. Stage Presence. Using the skill changes Luna's weapon to her unique weapon, performing the notes in time to the music by using skills or hitting monsters, stacks, and increases her skill power modifier. Passionate Stage. Using the skill makes Luna play upbeat music, increasing the skill modifier of Luna and her allies. Gaining the enhanced effect increases the skill modifier even more and also increases the skill critical hit rate and damage of allies. Relaxing Act. Using the skill makes Luna play relaxing music. Hitting the enemy with a note grants an effect that instantly recovers the MP of Luna and her allies. Gaining the enhanced effect increases MP recovery and reduces skill cost. Delightful Stage. Using the skill makes Luna play delightful music. Hitting the enemy with a note increases inspiration gauge and decreases the skill cooldown of allies. Gaining the enhanced effect increases the inspiration gauge even more and immediately resets the cooldown of allies. And then we got the passive skill, Improvisation. Using any skill increases inspiration gauge, which allows Luna to use enhanced skills. So to me, she seems more like a healing Descendant, a medic of sorts, which is well needed in these intercept battles. Like I told you in my previous video, people die and die so much in these Colossus battles. If you want tips on how to kill these Colossi bosses, go check that video out and share it, because people need to know. And then we got a couple of modules for Luna. Nimble Footsteps. This modification module enhances Luna's movement speed and amplifies the effect range of her performance, making it easier to support her allies. Noise Surge transforms all of Luna's skills to combat skills. Performing the notes in rhythm unleashes a powerful AoE attack. When the inspiration gauge is full, it summons a moving stage where she dances to recover MP and shield. Like, she seems very interesting to control. Breath of fresh air, if you will. Gameplay wise, she seems quite interesting. And then of course, you also want to acquire Luna, grind for her. The amorphous material patterns that are now gone is 017, 038, 081, 020, 098, 068, 068, 015, 049, 071, 027, 090, and 094. But you can use the amorphous materials you already have as before. They also added AA variants when it comes to these amorphous materials for Luna. So all these have been replaced by AA variants. And you can acquire the enhanced cell blueprint, stabilizer blueprint, spiral catalyst blueprint, and code of Luna from these AA variants. Luna's blueprint and code materials will replace one of the items available from the original amorphous. And of course, the amorphous material of the AA variant can be acquired and used in the same place as the original one. So they're basically the same amorphous material, it's just named AA instead. And then we got a new boss, a Colossus hard void intercept battle named Gluttony. We've seen this Colossus in the loading screens. Now we got it in the game. Intercept Gluttony to collect the Hungry Sonic external component set and the blueprint of the ultimate weapon, Peacemaker. Gluttony external component set is Hungry Sonic set. 2-piece set effects grants toxin resistance. 4-piece sets grants an effect that recovers MP on hitting the target with the skill's unique weapons, as well as an effect that increases skill duration and MP heal modifier proportionally to max MP. New update, new ultimate weapon, the Peacemaker. Using a dimension skill grants the single reload for peace effect. At maximum stacks, the single reload for peace effect enables you to fire the loaded ammo in a single quick burst when taking an aim shot. I'm not that hyped for this gun. I'm most definitely gonna grind for it. No doubt. I want it all. I want it all. But you know, let's see how it is in game. And then we got a new module, RK Concretion. It decreases movement speed, firearm attack, and all attribute attack except the non-attribute attack every time a skill is used. But each stack of the module increases defense and MP. So all this seems like it is for Luna, to be honest. Defense, HP, you know. But these new ones are definitely for Ajax too, and other defense builds. We also got some new items in store. They added Luna Bundle, which includes Luna and the Pool Party skin. So if you got Luna, they'll probably have a discount so you can buy the Pool Party skin, which is probably this one. They added Luna to the list of the standard Descendants in the shop. Added Premium Ultimate Valby Bundle, which includes Ultimate Valby and the Vermilion Wave Skin, and the Ultimate Valby Bundle. Vermilion Wave Skin is probably the red skin I've showed you. Added Valby's Summer Theme, VS's Summer Theme, and Male Summer Theme set. VS's Summer Theme? Guys, wow, yeah. Added Luna's Albion Academy Cadet, Luna's Classic Maid uniform, Luna's Panda, and Luna's Dinosaur Limited Skin. So like the ones we already had for the other ones. Added Luna's Augmented Reality of Madness Premium Skin Package, Luna's exclusive White Mouse Premium Head Skin, exclusive Hair and Makeup 1 and 2, the Ultimate High Feeling and Volume Up Standard Skins, Luna's Makeup Sly. And they also adjusted Control Axis X30 and Fine Adjustment Control Axis 20 support items. And they got a lot of content improvements. I won't go through all the improvements because there's so much, but I will go through which I think is the most awesome ones and the most important ones. To prevent module swapping from becoming a strategy in intercept battles and infiltration operations, equipping and removing modules, changing presets and changing loadouts are now prohibited. They also added a feature to collect all lost and found items at once in the mailbox. After checking the map with acquired information in the library, closing the map now leaves the library open. They added a camera shake on and off feature in game options, and on PlayStation and Xbox they added the ability to select preset search keywords to make it easy to search modules and research. Added commas after 3 digits in the game menu and HUD to make it easy to read numbers. You can now check key stat information in the weapon reactor and external components inventories. You can now register equipped items as attached items. Saving a preset now automatically registers equipped items as attached items. And you can now turn the red dot crosshair display on and off cities in game options. Added an image to some items in graphics option to show what they do. Increased the speed of scrolling when scrolling the map with the gamepad's R stick. Changed the colors of icons for hard difficulty void intercept battles on the world map to make it easier to distinguish them from normal difficulty battles. The map no longer displays the marker when a quest NPC being tracked disappears. The modification modules for the same descent are now displayed together in a row in the library. When the first clear reward and repeat clear rewards are the same, the acquisition info in the library no longer shows them both. When selecting all duplicate modules in dismantle modules, you can now use a filter to register only the selected modules for dismantling. And they also simplify the module combining animation. Starting a research in the materials tab of the research menu now returns you to the materials tab. And they added leave party button to the social menu to make the function easier to find. They added a search function to the consumables menu. Even when acquiring skins for Descendants not currently in use, the red dot still appears. Added the red dot when acquiring paint, and they also add the red dot in a weapons list when acquiring a weapon skin. And here we have the Descendants modules. They bumped them up a little. Increased the poison contagion range of Freyna's room. 0 trauma from a 4-meter radius to a 7 radius. Increase the maximum scaling range of Valby skills from 200% to 250%. Increase the maximum scaling range of Blair skills from 200 to 250%. Change the blizzard generated by VS's glacial cloud module to be triggered instantly without delay. They changed Valby's Albion Academy cadet head skin to be dyeable. Changed incoming final damage to incoming damage modifier in description of the safe recovery module. They added a feature in game options that enables some single shot and burst weapons to fire automatically when the fire button is pressed and held down. Increased Enduring Legacy's critical hit damage from 1.7 to 2.3 times. I mean, wow. And that's a huge one. If you don't have Enduring Legacy, get it. Secret Garden's critical hit rate from 35 to 50 and critical hit damage from 1.85 to 2.25 times. The Sagestress Devotion critical hit rate from 36 to 45% and critical hit damage from 2 times to 2.25. And they decreased the trigger rate of Bombardment of Greg's Reversed Fate, but now it also triggers when a weapon is fired at unshielded enemies. And equipment can now be dismantled at once with no quantity limit. And here we have the void shards. They want to increase it even more, so they increase the amount of void shards that can be acquired from special operations by about 7 times. That's a huge one. That's a huge one. Hotfix 1.0.4 added void shards as rewards to special operations, but unfortunately there were just too few. The original intent was to keep void fragments as the primary farming source for void shards and get additional void shards from special operations. But the community has told us that many of you don't like this loop, so we've increased the amount of void shards that can be earned in special operations. We're also working on some steps for future improvements. Many players are currently farming materials without spending the fragments at the fusion reactor, so we're considering removing the fragments from the fusion reactor startup altogether. This would make the fragments necessary only when the reconstruction device is used at the fusion reactor. We're taking a close look at how the reward loop we plan works in practice. We'll try to finalize a reward loop that players will be satisfied with in the near future. When it comes to bugs, they did fix a lot of the UI, a lot of the Descendants and their abilities, a lot of the equipment. They have also buffed Thundercage. During internal testing, we discovered a bug with Thundercage. Thundercage should always deal 1.33 times damage according to its description, but it was dealing more than that damage when there were a lot of monsters. We fixed this bug, but we also boosted the 1.33 times damage to 2 times so that it doesn't become less efficient when hunting. We're well aware that the value of items you own is important to you. To ensure that fixing the bug doesn't devalue items, we've given it more power than we originally intended. If something like this happens again in the future, we won't stop at simply fixing the bug, but consider how to preserve the value of your items to provide a reasonable patch. They did some bug fixing on the modules, but no overwhelming HP. People said that overwhelming HP had a bug, but they didn't fix it. I don't know about that, but because I didn't have that problem, but they didn't fix it. And then they did some bug fixing in the field, spawn rates and all that. And they changed the amorphous material patterns and the shape stabilizer acquired from the hard infiltration operations in the White Knight Gulch and High Goss. In White Knight Gulch, Mystery Zend, they changed 114 and 115 to 104 and 105. And shape stabilizer from Form 7 to Form 6. And they changed White Knight Gulch Biolab amorphous material pattern 116 and 117 to 106 and 107. And shape stabilizer Form 7 to Form 6. High Goss the Heaven amorphous material pattern 104 and 105 to 114, 115 AA variants. And they changed the shape stabilizer Form 6 to Form 7. And then we have the last hard infiltration operation that changed. High Goss the Old Mystery. And they changed the amorphous material pattern 106 and 107 to 116 and 117. Shape stabilizer Form 6 to Form 7. So if you have a spreadsheet on where to get all these amorphous materials, it's time to change it. And then we have a closing comment by the director of the First Descendant. I won't go through it all, just take a look in the description below. But it's a good one, it's a huge one. And these are coming in Season 1 and or Season 2. Drop rate improvement plans. Yes, you heard that right. While all of our drop rate systems are operating fairly in the First Descendant, we do understand that some players are struggling with the vagrancy of drop rates. To address this, we plan to introduce a new system where you can more easily get the item you want after repeating the activity a certain number of times. This is what I've been screaming for so long. It should be a guaranteed drop. When you played it for 3 to 6 hours, maybe more, then it should be guaranteed, because then it's just about bad luck, not about rewarding the player's time. The First Descent has various missions and amorphous materials with chance-dependent rewards. We're considering how we can effectively take care of the drop rate issue in such a diverse reward systems, and we're working to create a farming structure that players will be happy with. We hope to make improvements before long to provide a more rational and satisfying farming experience. Disposing of leftover items. This is also a good one. Next is an update on items that are piling up in your consumables. Like me, I got 4 Lepic codes. 4. Like, if I could change those to something else, yeah, give it to me. Like, that would be great. I don't need them. There is currently no way to dispose blueprints for descents and weapons that you've already completed. So there are cases where players are getting multiple copies of blueprints they already own during the farming process. We've been listening to the community who have told us that there needs to be a way to dispose of these unwanted items. While we could consider simply converting them into some gold or kuiper, we want to reward you with more value for the time you have put into the game. To resolve this, the dev team is planning a system to dismantle leftover items to get byproducts, and rotating shop system where you can exchange the byproducts for something of value. This will allow the items you obtain to have a greater value in the game, which seems like you can change, maybe. Like me, I got the 4 Lepic codes. Change that to maybe a Glay code or Glay stabilizer, for example. That would be sweet. Probably for a small caliber price, but please. And then they also got an update on supporting build diversity and balancing. It's a huge patch, but it is a good one. I went through a lot of it. I know it was a lot, so I probably won't go through all this on stream, but we'll talk about it, that's for sure. The most important parts. And the update 1.0.5 is live when this video goes live here on YouTube. So go check it out. Grind for Ultimate Valby, grind for Luna, and get that Enduring Legacy. Damn, that critical. What a game, guys, what a game. And you know the drill. Like this video, subscribe to get more info about the First Descendant. And if you want to chat with me live, I'm live on kick.com 5 to 6 days a week over at kick.com/VikingNilsen. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in Albion. Have a good one.